Hi, everybody. My name's Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel, and we thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us. We are your family, and we would love for you to be our family. We really, really appreciate all of you guys out there, and we thank you guys for spending this time out there and hanging out with this nitty-gritty dirt band that's out here in the middle of the jungle. We are those people that believe, based upon scriptures, that the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator that is found in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy is the guideposts for life. They are everything and anything and any questions you may have in life. If you begin in the Torah, you will get a tremendous amount answered. And so, gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Good.
Everyone live?
Yep.
Kicking?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Jade. Jade, nothing. Well, it's me. This is Yah Scriptures right here. This is what we believe is the greatest English translation that you guys will ever find. Guys, one purchase of this is helping prisoners. By default, when you purchase one Scriptures, you are buying a Scriptures for a brother or sister in chains. This is how we set this up. This is how we put the price of this. We put the price of this so we are able to get one full Scriptures in. Guys, this is 3,153 pages. The spine is like 3 inches. It's huge. This is an absolute huge book. 103 books, all with the restored name of our Creator, His Son, all of our forefathers. It is a very, very, very good purchase. If you guys are interested, it'll be available in your hands June 15th-ish. We will be shipping them out around the 1st of June. Guys, for the downloads right here, I have a brand new one here that I'm very, very excited about. We just finished this book, brand new book by Yah Scriptures. It's called Traditions of Men, and it is a complete rewrite of a very bad book called Vain Traditions that was put out by the Hallelujah Scriptures. So Miss Nicole just spent about 4.5 months going out and researching all of this book, finding all of these things that were in this book, and putting this book back together. This PDF is absolutely free of charge. It's available on all of our stuff. We also have a book that is available on Amazon, Traditions of Men, as well. And this is, again, a rewrite of a good book that could have been good the first time, Vain Traditions, but because they threw all of their own man-made traditions in there, they botched the book. And so we finished this. It is the correct, proper book now. Grab that PDF if you'd like to read it. If you like to proofread it, if you want to be part of a proofreading team for just that particular book, but grab that PDF and read away and send us in any errors that you find, anything at all. You guys can find it. You can send any errors to jboss008@gmail.com. And for anybody that is out there, these are the Amazon books. This is also a little bit of the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go back into the prisons. We only make like $2 or $3 per book on all of these particular books. These aren't available on Amazon right now, and you guys can grab them. So, guys, with that, we are into SHEMU'EL, the second book of SHEMU'EL. Cade, you have been out cold for the last couple of days, so you probably have no idea what exactly is.
I can give a recap.
You recap when you haven't been here? You want it? Why don't you give it a run? All right, give it a run. Give it a run.
So we have David. He became king. He's running the show now. He's basically king over all of Israel. The people love him. He's doing great. He had a bunch of kids, and he cheated, or not cheated, I guess. He committed adultery. His wife cheated on his old
committed
husband.
adultery, he committed murder, he
killed his new wife's husband and ended up punished for that. But now
he ended up punished, but also his baby ended up punished.
Yeah.
But
they had this is where Solomon comes from. Solomon comes out of a very bad origin, which is interesting because of the birth of Messiah. It's a very tainted bloodline.
There is a tainted bloodline, right? We come out of the Tamar. Yeah, we come out of the line of Judah, and there's some crazy stuff in that line. And
speaking of Tamar, we had Absalom, and that's another one of David's many sons from the many wives he had, which he was not supposed to do, commanded in the Bible. And the dogs. Okay.
Dogs are going crazy. Leah's trying to get killed by Jerry.
All right, and Absalom basically assaulted his sister.
No, it was Ammon.
Ammon.
Oh no, Ammon assaulted his sister, and Absalom went out.
It wasn't assault, it was a rape. It was assault and a rape. I would call it both.
Absalom went just on it. David did nothing. Absalom was upset about that. Killed him for this. And rightfully so, I think. That's what should have happened. He should have been taken out and stoned for that.
Yeah, and
Then Absalom let it go to his head and basically started killing off the rest.
wait. Don't spoil her.
So Absalom ran away for 3 years. Joab sent a woman in there, tricked David to bring her back. He goes, "Is Joab wanting this?" And so he's like, and she's like, "Yes, my master." And so he's like, "All right, send Joab." And Joab and him talk, and he's like, "Go get Joab back." And so he brought Joab back. He's like, "I don't want to see his face though." So after 2 years of being back at his house, David's like didn't want to see him. Absalom kept sending Joab to go talk to David. He goes, "Please let me see my father." He goes, "Your father doesn't want to see you." So Absalom went and sent Joab's field on fire. And Joab comes to do, "Why you set my field on fire?" And he's like, I want to see my dad." And and Joab's like, "Dog, will you please see your son? He set my field on fire." And so he finally went and saw his son.
Yeah, crazy. Sorry, guys. We have a lot of distractions here with these dogs this morning. Let me pause this real quick. We're gonna try this again. Okay, it's a wild house with 9 pitties. Okay, so is anything else, Jade, you had on this?
No, I think we're ready for that.
Okay. 15. And it came to be after this that Absalom prepared a chariot and horses for himself and 50 men to run before him. Why do you think he used 50 men to run before him? What's the whole gig with 50 men running before him? It's just a sign of power.
Yeah, maybe that's just how many he needed
When you get
to
100
show some
men.
power.
When you get 100 men.
Nobody else is willing to follow.
Do you think these men that ran before him, do you think they were in running gear? Do you think they were with
Probably
shields
in
and spears?
armor. Yeah, I think they're probably in armor.
You think they all in armor?
Probably.
And do you think they ran before him, or do you think they walked before
I
him?
don't know, they probably cleared the path.
So you think they actually ran?
Probably.
Really?
Security guards.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, it was a chariot, and the chariot goes faster than men. So how
Go very slow, the horse.
the horse was slow, or the men were fast?
Men are fast, horse goes slow.
I mean, this is probably where the Olympians came in at, because they were sitting there, 50 men running before a chariot. I mean, that chariot's probably going to go 20 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour easily, I would guess. So these guys, I don't know. It's strange. Okay. Not strange, but I mean, just very interesting to discuss. So, and what happens when he goes too fast? Do the people run faster? Or does he have to slow down? All right.
To hit and runs.
2. And Absalom used to rise early and stand beside the way to the gate. And it came to be whenever anyone had a complaint, when anyone who had a complaint came to the sovereign for a right ruling, that Absalom would call to him and say, "What city are you from?" And when he said, "Your servant is such and such a tribe of Yisrael," Absalom would say to him, "Look, your matters are good and right, but you have nobody from the sovereign to hear you." And Absalom would say, "Oh, that I were made judge in the land, and everyone who has complaint or case will come to me, and I shall let right be done to him." Now, this reminds me of the story of, let's see, where's that story at? In probably Jasher.
Is the Pharaoh?
The story, the Pharaoh, the story of the Pharaoh. Because there was no name Pharaoh around there, right? This guy, wasn't this guy the first guy that had Pharaoh?
He's the king of Egypt, and then we got this guy who was named Pharaoh, and he went and ended up taking over the land and doing, it's kind of similar to this.
Yeah, it reminds me of the same little ruse that he was. He sat outside the kingdom and sat there and started taxing people for the dead. The king never even knew about it. For the main Pharaoh dude of the land never knew for a while. Okay, where are we at, John?
5.
And it came to be whenever anyone came near him to bow down to him, that he would put out his hand and take him and kiss him. Okay, I sat there and I tried to envision what exactly that looked like.
Maybe back in the day, it's different.
So he put out his hand and take him and kiss him.
Like a hug type thing, maybe. Yeah.
Kiss what? Kiss the other guy?
Maybe.
Kiss so the guy would bow down.
It's showing love and care, so he's trying to get these on his side.
So the guy would bow down. He would put out his hand and take him and kiss him. So he maybe rose him up from the ground, pretending to be a good king or something. I don't know. 7. And it came to be at the end of 4 years that Absalom said to the sovereign, "Please let me go to Hebron and pay the vow which I vowed to Yahuwah. For your servant vowed a vow while I dwelt at Gersher in Aram, saying, if Yahuwah indeed brings me back to Jerusalem, then I shall serve Yahuwah." And the sovereign said to him, "Go in peace." And he rose up and went to Hebron. But Absalom sent spies throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, "As soon as you hear the sound of the ram's horn, then you shall say, Absalom is sovereign in Hebron." This is another interesting thing. How is one dude blowing the horn, or is everybody going to start blowing this horn?
Probably somewhere all around the place, and the people there, a couple here and there, and they'll say Absalom's king, and everyone will get on with it.
People hear the horns, and they just start like a giant mesh-tastic network. They relay the horns, blowing it. So he had everybody set up throughout all of Israel to blow the horns. So why would he do this? What's the gig? What's this point of this, blowing the horns?
It signifies who's king. It puts in everybody's mind that there's someone new in charge. Like,
I'm sure other people blow horns before. I mean,
yeah, but I think when everyone blows horns and starts saying someone else is king, it's a big deal. It's like everyone's saying it must be true.
Yeah. All right. And with Absalom, 11, went 200 men from Jerusalem who were invited, and they went along unsuspectingly and did not know the matter at all. Absalom also sent for Ahitophel, the Gilonite, counselor of David, from his city, from Gilo, while he was bringing offerings. And it came to be that the conspiracy became strong, for the people with Absalom kept increasing. Then a messenger came to David, saying, the hearts of the men of Israel are with Absalom. And David said to all the servants who were with him at Jerusalem, rise up and let us flee, for none of us shall escape from Absalom. Go in haste, lest he overtake us quickly and bring evil upon us, and smite the city with the edge of the sword. Now, what's happening here? What's happening here for real, though?
David's fleeing. David doesn't want to fight back. David could have fought back, but he doesn't want to hurt his son, so he's getting out of there.
Let's go back to David's adultery, murder, lying, deception, that entire thing. What did the prophet tell David was going to be his curse? What's going to happen here? What did it say?
His son will die.
I don't remember the wives. The wives of him.
Wives will be
with other men, all basically,
other people,
all exposed within all the eyes of Jerusalem. Yeah. So what you're seeing right here is you're probably seeing the Yah messing with David, because you have David, who is a mighty, mighty, mighty warrior, right? This guy is a killer. He's a killing dude. Probably hundreds of thousands of dudes under his hand easily that he sliced and diced. Now, you have a dude like this, and all of a sudden you have a small portion of Yisrael. But what Absalom did was made it appear that everybody in Yisrael had turned on David. And so it made him very, very, very paranoid. It appears paranoid enough that he decided he did not want to stand and fight against his son. Now, what's your speculation, guys? Why do you think that this strong King David,
he saw the people,
tucked his chonies and ran?
Well, he said that the people are coming there, so all the people must have turned against. All the people must have actually believed that Absalom was king. So if I fight against this, it's gonna be with Absalom. So there's not a lot of we had to fight all the people, and he didn't want to fight his son. He didn't want because he knew he could probably kill him, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Yeah, well, he would have to absolutely kill his kid for sure. Okay, 15. Mm-hmm. And the sovereign's servant said to the sovereign, look, your servants do according to all my master, the sovereign, chooses. And the sovereign went out, and all his household, and at his feet. But the sovereign left 10 women, concubines, to look after the house. So the sovereign went out, and all the people at his feet, and they stood still at the last house. And all the servants were passing at his side. And all the Kerethites, and all the Pelethites, and all the Githites, 600 men who had followed him from Gath, were passing on before the sovereign. And the sovereign said to Ittai, the Gittite, why do you go, you also with us? Turn back and remain with the sovereign, for you are a foreigner, and also an exile from your own place. You came yesterday, and should I today make you wander up and down with us? When I am going wherever I am going, return and take your brothers back. Kindness and truth be with you. And Ittai answered the sovereign and said, as Yahuwah lives, and as my master the sovereign lives, in whatever place my master the sovereign is, whether in death or life, let your servant also be there. Therefore David said to Ittai, go and pass over. And Ittai the Gittite and all his men and all the little ones who were with him passed over. And all the land was weeping with a loud voice, and all the people were passing over. And the sovereign himself was passing over the Wadi Kidron, and all the people were passing over toward the way of the wilderness. And see, Zadok also, and all the Levites with him, bearing the ark of the covenant of Elohim. And they put down the ark of Elohim, and Abiathar went up until all the people completed passing over from the city. So we have a little group of people that has the ark of the covenant, right?
They didn't let Absalom have this to ran off with it.
Yeah, so they got the ark of the covenant. So they basically took this, and we've had other incidents. When they were moving the ark before that. They stumbled, right? The wagon buckled or moved, And who was it that died? What was that guy's name? Oh, we know this guy's. Come on, guys. I'm gonna give you guys an F.
It wasn't Uriah. It was like
Uzzah. Mom gets an A. We all get an F. Boy, bad boys.
It's only because I was doing the book, and that's in the book.
Yeah, it's in the book. We've read this book a billion times. Okay. And so we had that where we've seen this. All right, continuing on. Where are we at, Kate? What? Those paying attention. Eli doesn't even have his scriptures.
25.
Again, for everybody out there, you guys have all heard me say before, Eli, make sure you always have your scriptures. Eli never has the scriptures. Okay, 25. That's a bus ride, Eli. And the sovereign said to Zadok, take the ark of Elohim back to the city. If I find favor in the eyes of Yahuwah, then he shall bring me back and show me both it and his dwelling. But if he says thus, I have not delighted in you, here I am. Let him do to me as good in his eyes. And the sovereign said to Zadok, the Kohen, are you not a seer? Are you not a seer? Sorry, I thought I misread that. Return to the city in peace, and your two sons with you. Achimatz, your son, and Jehonathan, son of Ebithar. See, I am waiting in the desert plains of the wilderness until word comes from you to inform me. And Zadok and Ebithar took the ark of Elohim back to Jerusalem, and they remained there. So they took it back to the stronghold. They took it back to where, Jerusalem is where it's about to get wiped out by Absalom, or they thought. So 30. And David went up by the ascent of the olives, and wept as he went up. And he had his head covered, and went barefoot. And all the people who were with him covered their heads, and went up, weeping as they went up. And David was informed, saying, Achitophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. And David said, O Yahuwah, I pray you make the counsel of Achitophel foolish. And it came to be that David came to the summit, where he bowed himself before Elohim, and saw Cushi the Archite came to meet him with his robe torn and dust on his head. And David said to him, if you pass on with me, then you shall become a burden to me. But if you return to the city and say to Absalom, I am your servant, O sovereign, once servant of your father, but now I am your servant, then you shall nullify the counsel of Achitophel for me. Are not Zadok and Ebithar the Kohen with you there? And it shall be that every matter you hear from the sovereign's house, you should report to Zadok and Ebithar the Kohanim. See, there with them are their two sons, Achimatz, Zadok's son, and Jehonathan, Ebithar's son. And by them you shall send me every matter you hear. And Cushi, David's friend, went into the city, and Absalom came into Jerusalem.
Sent some double agents here.
Yeah, there's some double agents. Definitely double agents on this. It's a wild time in the life of David, right? And the thing we do not see from scriptures is we don't get there's just a tremendous amount of details that are left. We get sparse details of the accounts of this, which are great that we know, but from point A to point B, there's always something else, and this is a life-changing thing that David is going through right now. It's a life-changing thing that Yisrael is going through, and it's just something in our history of our forefathers that we should understand. And from the beginning of the book to the end of the book, it's always the same thing. If you will obey my laws, statutes, and commands, I will be your Elohim, and you will be my people. And so this is what we hope that you guys are after, is we hope that you guys are after the laws, statutes, and the commandments, seeking our Creator where he's able to be found. He is an extremely loyal Creator. He's an extremely good Creator. He's a loving Creator. He has just designed us all and given us life. And for that, we should just be so thankful for everything. And most of us, we don't. And you can say you're thankful, but if you say the law, statutes, and commandments are on the cross and they don't apply to you, then you're taking the most precious things that we could ever be delivered, and we're kicking them in the gutter, and we're not taking another look at them. And so with that, guys, we hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Today is a preparation day. Tomorrow is a Shabbat. Shabbat begins at sunset tonight. I know some people keep Shabbat on sunset or sunrise tomorrow. Either way, we love you all, and we Shabbat Shalom to all, and we're out.
All right, Shalom.